And we are live. Hello and welcome everyone. I am Tech Cherry and I am pleased to bring you to another broadcast of the King of Ireland tournament. Today we are going to be looking at the Platinum League quarterfinals between Chanchanvn and DarkDiamonds. Both of these players are from a similar area of the world. Chanchanvn is from Vietnam and DarkDiamonds is from Singapore. In terms of seeding, Chanchanvn came in calculated at 1810 and DarkDiamonds at 1670. So definitely an ELO advantage for Chanchanvn. But as we have seen in the past, there have been some real upsets in this tournament. So perhaps it is possible that DarkDiamonds will break these maps down and see something that Chanchanvn did not and give us a surprise today. The first map of every set is Irish Arabia, so let us begin. So, in the blue, in the upper left-hand side of the map, we have Chanchanvn playing as the Berbers, and in the lower right, we have DarkDiamonds playing as the Ethiopians. So the blue Berbers versus the red Ethiopians. Let us examine the differences in their maps. DarkDiamonds with a side gold that is probably mostly safe from tower fire. I would say you could build a mining camp here and mine these 3 tiles without having to worry about being towered. His stone is very forward, however. This stone could actually be reached by and ranged by an opponent's tower if Chanchanvn built a tower here. These berries, also similar story to the gold. Probably can't be reached by a tower, but they are sort of forward, so man-at-arms maybe could get in on them. Notice that Chanchanvn that DarkDiamonds does not have a back wood line. So any lumber camp that he builds will be along these very thin wood lines. Remember that Irish Arabia is different from traditional Arabia in that the wood lines tend to be... Don't tell me this is a lumber camp. Oh man, DarkDiamonds. What is this lumber camp? Anyway, the wood lines on this map that are assigned to players are more numerous. However, they are generally thinner and easier to range from archers. And this makes scouts weaker late game, but stronger late game given how open the map is. There's very little wood on this map, actually, despite appearances. And DarkDiamonds forgetting to feed the sheep up. That is unfortunate. So a little bit of villager idle time here as he's going to have to force drop off to make sure that he has the food to queue another villager, and he gets loom instead. Ouch! So he's going to be a villager behind, and with some town center idle time, about a half a villager behind. So no wood line in the back, which is unfortunate for DarkDiamonds. However, his opponent does not have a wood line in the back either, and that is good for him because DarkDiamonds is probably going to be making archers at some point, given that he is Ethiopians. Chanchanvn shooting the boar, weakening it with the town center, and then killing it with the town center. So Chanchanvn also having a rough Dark Age. At least his town center's been working this whole time, but man, there's 340 food down the drain from a botched boar lure. So Chanchanvn automatically at a food disadvantage. He can't really do much except go FC. He's going to have to push all of his deer in just to survive. Thankfully, it looks like he has already pushed all of his deer in. There is another boar back here. Hopefully Chanchanvn knows about it. Of course he does. He already scouted it, and he's sending some villagers to get that mill started. So Chanchanvn's map is pretty bad too. He's got a forward stone here, which could be ranged by a tower on this wood line. His other stone is right here, so as your opponent is towering your stone, they also have vision over your secondary stone, so you can't even move out to take that. His gold is not great, but it's not terrible. Okay, he does manage to get that other deer in, and he is working on pushing in this deer. This gold could probably still be towered from this wood line, although some tiles could be taken from. So the gold is not so bad, but the stone situation is quite terrible. The good news for him is that he does have back berries. So both players with kind of a rough start. DarkDiamonds with a villager worth of idle time and having to get loom early. Is 2 villagers behind Chanchanvn at this point. And Chanchanvn laming the boar with the town center, losing that 340 food. So we will see what these players make of these challenges. I certainly didn't design the map to be a jerk to players like that. But it is a hard map for sure. So Chanchanvn coming out take a look at what Dark Diamonds is up to. Trying to find his opponent, finds the stone and finds some wood, so Chanchanvn should know. Yeah, he turns around, he knows that Dark Diamonds is over here now. So despite that mishap of losing that food, Chanchanvn sees the sheep, so he knows the town center must be pretty close. So now he's going to head around and look for Dark Diamond's resources. Finds the mill, which will presumably be on the berries. And he is going to... He is not going to be able to see these palisade foundations. That's something that only you and I can see, because they haven't started being built yet. But he is going to see this villager. Decides to let her go. And he has built a barracks at home, and he is continuing to scout. Finds the town center, Dark Diamonds garrisons, takes a little bit of health. And Chanchanvn probably could guess that the gold is somewhere over here. So he's going to have to go over there and check it out. But he did find the mill and berries. And sees this villager walling up. Is he going to come out and try to deny it? No, because his scout is injured, so maybe not risking it. Or maybe seeing that Dark Diamonds had loom and slips out. So just collecting some info, I suppose. Dark Diamonds is on his way out looking for Chanchanvn as well. Chanchanvn has a militia in the barracks and queued up 2 more. So despite losing all that food, still somehow managing to click up to feudal age. I guess he's on 22 villagers, which would be like 23 pops. So it's really not that bad. Dark Diamonds clicking up to feudal age on 25. So this tells me Dark Diamonds is planning some kind of FC into crossbows. We will see how that works out for him, because Chanchanvn is on the way with some militia looking to pressure Dark Diamonds. Remember that Chanchanvn does not know where all of Dark Diamond's resources are, but he is going to try to prevent this wall off here. He doesn't need to pick a fight with this villager just yet, because the villager is still closing tiles. But if I'm Dark Diamonds and I see this scout loitering around... Ah, here we go. So this scout getting the extra attack from feudal age, and Chanchanvn wastes no time attacking her to try and get these militia in. Dark Diamonds recognizing that Chanchanvn is up to no good and sends more villagers to fight it, but this villager is going to go down to the militia, and these militia are in on Dark Diamonds. So Chanchanvn probably going to micro the scout. Nope. So Chanchanvn even investing in man-at-arms. Pretty broke. Little bit of town center idle time from just breaking the bank here. Trying to keep all of these upgrades that he wants. To be fair, he's got no eco upgrades. This is all military upgrades. But he has taken Dark Diamonds off of one of his lumber camps. And this door is still open. So Dark Diamonds chopping some stragglers. At the moment, just kind of hoping that these man-at-arms run under the town center. Sees them head back this way. Chanchanvn has, at this point, scouted the gold, so he sees that Dark Diamonds is not on it yet. And Dark Diamonds sending the boys back up here as Chanchanvn loops around looking for more damage. Isn't going to find it, though. I disagree with this decision to come over here. You know that there are no resources over here. But maybe he was looking for another lumber camp. To be fair, he didn't know whether or not this was the first or second lumber camp, where the second lumber camp would go, which actually ended up going here, and now he is going to find it. We have double ranges coming up for Dark Diamonds. And double bit X. So Dark Diamonds microing the militia, or the man-at-arms in front of this villager, and these villagers are forced to abandon this wood line. This is brutal. Now, as soon as this range goes up and archers start coming out, these man-at-arms will be in trouble. They only move at 0.9, and archers are faster, so they can kite them. And what is Chanchanvn going to do? He's just going to take on this barracks. He has a skirmisher here, but Dark Diamonds has since re-walled this section. So Chanchanvn... Oh, wait! There's a hole in the wall! Skirmisher walks right in. Look at that, guys. So... Dark Diamonds is panicking. He's got a skirm, he's got man-at-arms in here, and he thinks it's right here. I think it's actually right here. Yeah, he thinks the wall is here, so he's going to build a house here. Actually, it could just be that he's housed, but... We have a skirm, and we have some man-at-arms now, and Dark Diamonds is on gold. Chanchanvn is going to approach that and harass it with the man-at-arms. We got the skirm working on the archer. And can Chanchanvn take down any more villagers. The villagers are going to dive the spearmen. Spearmen are terrible against villagers. They only do 2 attack and they don't get any bonus damage. And so Chanchanvn is going to reunite with this archer here. See if he can take out the spearmen. And DarkDiamonds realizing that this is the problem, this is the hole in the wall, and going to try to wall this. Chanchanvn distracted by this villager. Is DarkDiamonds going to get this house up? Doesn't look like it. So Chanchanvn keeping a good military presence here. He's killed 1 villager so far, now 2. And eventually the weight of DarkDiamonds' archers firing faster firing, and with fletching chase him away. Does Chanchanvn have fletching? No, he does not have fletching. He could afford it though, but maybe he feels like he spent enough on everything else and he does not want to continue to invest in this. But I really do think that he might as well have spent these man-at-arms. I'm not sure why these man-at-arms are leaving. Like, they're going to be useless 2 minutes after this, so why not let them die trying to kill another villager? But Chanchanvn is regrouping. He's taking a fight out here. He's got some skirmishers, some archers, and DarkDiamonds is now on the run. Just trying to buy some time against Chanchanvn so that he can get up his archer mass and perhaps even get some more upgrades. So Chanchanvn with a decisive 5 villager lead over DarkDiamonds. He got 2 kills and it looks like he idled the town center a lot. So he is getting wheelbarrow now. And he is at 37 villagers. He is, let's see, he's Berbers? Berber villagers already move faster. Wheelbarrow will make them move even faster. So I bet that he could probably click up after this. Probably have the resources to click up to the next stage. I really like this right here from Chanchanvn. Just walling to the edge of the map. Securing this wood line right here for himself. And this is walled off as well. I think, is there a hole here? No, I don't think so. Nope. No hole. The bush is just adjacent to the tree. Now, bushes are lameable, though. So you can chop down a bush with a villager and then build a palisade on top of it, or any building, and then delete the palisade, and it will remove the remaining wood and the bush foundation and leave an empty space. So Chanchanvn back in on the gold, still harassing DarkDiamonds. He's only 1 villager ahead at this point, and he has clicked up to the castle age. DarkDiamonds says big trees on. This is the reason why he has been struggling so much with the holes in the wall. So it must be that they played after a recent patch to the game, and patches to the game, updates to the game, always disable your mods. You always have to go in and re-enable your mods after a patch. So DarkDiamonds is going to clean this up at great cost, though. And Chanchanvn researching armor for cavalry now. So it is a cavalry switch for Chanchanvn. He did get the first range upgrade, so maybe he's keeping the door open for camel archers later. But he didn't really invest too much in archers beyond that. He made maybe just a few. Getting gold mining, getting forging now. Castle Age coming in. And getting bloodlines. He's probably going to get the second armor as soon as he hits the next age. You need 7 villagers on gold to maintain knight production from a single stable. And he is going to have 2, so he will need 14 villagers on gold to sustain that production. So DarkDiamonds has regrouped. He's here, he can move out now. Of course, he'll see Castle Age and maybe change his mind. Or maybe he'll see Castle Age before he even decides to move out. That is indeed the case, so now he should pull his archers back in and start walling like a madman behind this. Because Castle Age means one thing, knights, and that is what Berbers are very good at. Knights with +2 armor have 4 total pierce armor, and archers with fletching deal 5 damage, so if you do the math, that is 1 damage per hit. Feudal Age archers are really terrible against upgraded Castle Age knights. They just don't stand a chance. And we should see some knights pop out of these stables at any minute for Chanchanvn. Actually, he is coming around this way. It looks like DarkDiamonds wanted to raid this area. Did kill a skirmisher, but now these knights are going to clean up the rest. Chanchanvn knows he has map controls, so he is putting down a town center. He's placed a foundation here, and will spread out, and he'll at least boom on 2 town centers. So 2 of these stables will help Chanchanvn get a good initial group of knights out. He does not have +2 armor for them yet. So that means that the amount of damage done by these archers is actually going to be doubled, from 1 damage to 2. And DarkDiamonds sealing this hole off with a house walling behind it. Actually walled a villager, a couple villagers in there. He's going to have to delete that house to recover them. That is unfortunate. Or maybe he could delete this palisade to get them. But they might as well be dead. They're not working right now. DarkDiamonds walling behind here too. Villager going down, the knights have broken in, and DarkDiamonds is in trouble. The archers are whittling away at the knight's health. Chanchanvn needs to get that second armor upgrade. He is getting it now, and I wonder if these knights are basically here just to allow the other knights to get in. They are being a nuisance, though. DarkDiamonds is going to re-wall this. He's Castle Age now. He's getting all the upgrades. Crossbow, bodkin, you name it. And there has been an overchop for DarkDiamonds. Ouch! That is a disaster. Chanchanvn microing the knight back and forth to keep the archers distracted. DarkDiamonds is going to need pikemen, and he's going to need them immediately. He needs to close this off. These crossbows are going to start doing reasonable amounts of damage to the knights, but there are a lot of knights here. DarkDiamonds camping this gap, though. Chanchanvn can't get a good engagement and has to back off. So, Ethiopians get pikemen for free. So there's no reason why DarkDiamonds can't be making pikemen right now. I know it slows down the boom, but it's totally worth it. Make some pikemen, dude. Chanchanvn is going to add a 3rd town center. I don't know if that's the right thing to do. I feel like he's in a commanding position. He could build a forward siege workshop. He could totally pressure this stone. He could prevent DarkDiamonds from getting castles up, from getting Shotel warriors out. I really think that he's got a window of opportunity here. But both players seems that they want to add town centers and boom and get ahead in villager count. So the crossbows are going to find this forward town center. These knights will eventually go down to arrow fire. There are not enough of them there. Chanchanvn has built a monastery, but the monk cannot move out with these crossbows here. And with that, DarkDiamonds calls the GG. Chanchanvn somehow in on his gold. So DarkDiamonds felt that he would be so many villagers behind that he would not be able to recover from this. And I totally missed all of it. I don't know how these knights got in. Oops. I was too focused on DarkDiamonds' counterattack, and I think DarkDiamonds was too. So GG, well played to both players. It looks like Chanchanvn able to clear this out with just knights. Berber knights are so powerful and a big power spike in Castle Age. They're cheaper. So Berbers actually don't need as many on gold. They don't need the 7 on gold I told you about to sustain production from 2 stables. Probably can do less, like 5, maybe 6. So what do you do if you're Ethiopians? Well, you try to do a better job of like walling up and getting on stone and making castles and making stone walls and preventing these raids and making lots of anti-cavalry units. You could make camels at least initially, but you shouldn't invest too much in them because in the end you don't want to be going camels permanently. You don't get the final armor upgrade for them. So mounted units just don't really make a lot of sense for the Ethiopians. DarkDiamonds never really able to do what he wanted to do with the crossbows, which was pick villagers off on woodlines. And even if he had been in a better position, Chanchanvn wisely taking like this wood in the corner and only building a lumber camp once he was in a very commanding position in the game. So GG, well played to both players. First one goes to Chanchanvn, and with that we look forward to seeing their next map. Looks like it's going to be Glendalough here. Glendalough, based off of a real-life monastery in Ireland. You can go and visit Glendalough today, and it looks kind of similar to this map. There are 2 lakes. One is a deep, more kind of glacial-like lake, and the other is a swampier, shallower lake. And then there's actually some unbuildable terrain in real life between the two. And there's a monastery on the river that drains out of the lower lake. So we've got a little monastic village here. There's some sheep, and there is a cow, and there is an extra horse in here. But the fence does have some health, so you do sacrifice scouting information breaking in over here. So DarkDiamonds is playing as the Red Cumans, and Chanchanvn is playing as the Blue Indians. It'll be interesting to see what these players come up with. On Glendalough, there is less player-assigned gold, so there are 4 tiles of gold here, and this is considered your main gold. And then there are 2 tile golds that are considered your secondary golds. These are all your player-assigned golds. There is no player-assigned stone, however, there is a lot of stone up here. All of the neutral golds are in the monastic basin, so here's one, here's another, and they're relatively close together. And there's generally a lot of them. So when I designed this map, I envisioned that the meta would be to wall this across with like a stone wall, or wall it really well, prevent your opponent from getting this, and then pike siege creep the center, take golds, drop castles, secure the map, and don't over chop and don't chop all the way through on this wood line, or at least if you do, wall off the edges of the pond. But so far the players have been playing it all kinds of creative ways. The map does start out very open, so you can play this map open if you want to and just be super aggressive and try to prevent your opponent from walling. So we see, and then we see a 4th on wood for Chanchanvn. So Chanchanvn not going scouts from the look of it, bringing in his boar. Chanchanvn also scouting around. Has Chanchanvn found his opponent yet? No, he has not. It makes sense. Just determining where to wall off. And DarkDiamonds also building a lumber camp on the large wood, which seems to be established kind of you want to build on this large wood line. Although having said that, it is a much shorter walk to build a lumber camp here, and it is still kind of worth it if you can get a good one maybe between some of the smaller trees. The trees do get thicker as you go down in elevation. So 3 on wood for DarkDiamonds. This is telling me that DarkDiamonds is planning a scout rush. Let us evaluate DarkDiamonds' vision to see what he knows. So he has not scouted his opponent yet either. First one to scout is going to be Chanchanvn coming over here, looking probably to see if DarkDiamonds has a lumber camp on the big wood line. Okay, so Chanchanvn with 5 on wood and sending a villager out to the dock. So we're probably going to, or out to dock. So we're probably going to see a dock come up right here, and Chanchanvn is going to fish. Chanchanvn's vision is such that, does he know about the lumber camp? No, he does not know about the lumber camp. He's just looking for his opponents. Now your start location is the same basically every time, so you always know your opponent is going to be right here-ish. You may not know exactly what your opponent is doing and where all of his resources are, so scouting is still a worthwhile exercise. So Chanchanvn looping around now and is going to find this lumber camp, and I don't think he's going to pick a fight with it though. It's kind of a waste of scout HP, although DarkDiamonds... Okay, DarkDiamonds reacting to it. I'm not sure where that villager was going for DarkDiamonds. DarkDiamonds at 20 pop. He has brought in another boar. These villagers are going to be carrying a lot of meat. They could probably force drop off those as soon as Loom finishes, and he could click up and he could be doing 20 pop scouts. So he has 19 villagers. Okay, Loom comes in, drops off, and he queues another villager. So it's not 20 pop scouts, it's probably 21 pop scouts with a little bit of idle time. Chanchanvn coming around now. He has his dock up, he's getting loom, and he has started making fishing ships. So the relics here are not in any particular place. They're scattered all across the map. We didn't want to make the monastic basin OP. We didn't want it to be where, okay, one person controls the monastery and then it's game over. So There is a monastery down here, but the main significance is the monastic basin has the most gold. I like to imagine that these were wagons of tribute that maybe fell by the wayside. So Chanchanvn now on his way up to the feudal age. DarkDiamonds going up on 21 pop, and Chanchanvn going up on 25. So Chanchanvn sending some villagers forward, and he has 2 out on stone now, and sending more, I think. Looks like he's got a whole mob of villagers headed out in that direction. So are we going to see it? Yeah, he's got 4. So 4 is how many villagers you need to sustain constant tower production. So this is going to be a tower rush, you guys, which should be pretty exciting. This is a great location for the camp, and Chanchanvn honestly could actually probably even wall this in with some houses and palisades. It's not that big of a space, and there's a lot of stone up here. So feudal age is in. DarkDiamonds is going to take advantage of the Cumin boom and build his second town center. Now Chanchanvn starts to put down a foundation here, and then says, "Nah, that's too close." So he's going to come over here with a watchtower. We've got 5 forward villagers from Chanchanvn. Are they all going to survive? I don't know. Let me tell you what, in Tech Chariot games, it is not good to be a tower rushing villager in Tech Chariot's medieval society, because they generally all die eventually, one way or another. Enemy knights get out, clean up villagers, they die to arrow fire, they die to villager wars. It's tough being a villager and doing a tower rush. So Chanchanvn sending 2 back. He's like, I really want to throw 5 villagers at this. Oh wait, these villagers are going to build... Are these villagers going to build another tower out here? So Chanchanvn wants to disrupt this Cumin boom here. He wants to build towers everywhere and make it so DarkDiamonds cannot boom effectively. And yep, there it is. There's another tower. So much for building this TC on a wood line. Although there is some wood here, I guess, that DarkDiamonds could take. He is continuing to explore. He's found Chanchanvn taking taking wood here. He's not found this, but he is going to see it soon enough. Villager fight here. Chanchanvn bringing the scout. Where's DarkDiamonds' scout? He's up here scouting the map. DarkDiamonds, you're under attack, dude. Fight this off. So Chanchanvn's scout goes down. I don't think that he got... No, he did not get a villager. But he did. He got a villager. So he got a villager for that scout. So KD is 1-to-1, a villager for a scout. And a tower coming up here. This is kind of, I think, a little bit sloppy from DarkDiamonds. Like, you really think that your opponent is going to send villagers across the map? I guess maybe not that sloppy, right? Because who cares if the tower goes up here? But DarkDiamonds should know, like, my opponent sent villagers over here, and he's probably not going to send them all the way back without doing something. They're going to do something. Tower goes up, firing upon DarkDiamonds' lumberjacks. So maybe not that big of a deal to DarkDiamonds that he can't take this wood anymore. He'll just come up here and take this wood instead. He will probably build a lumber camp in here somewhere. Okay, Chanchanvn sending these 2 villagers back around, building an outpost. He's already built a blacksmith, and Chanchanvn doing a good job with these fishing ships, accumulating the food that he needs to get up to the next age. DarkDiamonds sees this tower and decides to come batter it down with villagers. And succeeds. Chanchanvn kills another villager, though. Oh, DarkDiamonds, don't fight this. Loses 2 more villagers. And is that going to be a 3rd? Yes. So he loses 3 villagers to this tower in a very sad and, in my opinion, kind of preventable way. And Chanchanvn is going to get this tower up anyway. So where is DarkDiamonds? Why isn't DarkDiamonds on stone? Alright, here we go. So DarkDiamonds is going on stone. It says, I need stone. I need to prevent these towers from going up. The good news for DarkDiamonds is this tower is ungarrisoned, so he can batter it down. He just needs to be vigilant here and make sure he gets these villagers away when Chanchanvn re-garrisons the tower, so they can't do too much damage. And another tower attempt from Chanchanvn. So Chanchanvn really wants this tower up here. I think this is a situation where you build a counter tower. You don't want to dive the base of this tower with villagers because there's so much arrow fire. And I guess as long as he sends full HP villagers, it could help. Chanchanvn deletes it. And now DarkDiamonds leaves. DarkDiamonds has a 6 villager advantage over Chanchanvn, but Chanchanvn is about 45 seconds away from Castle Age, so I do favor his position. DarkDiamonds has a military unit somewhere. It's probably a scout. Scouting out Chanchanvn, wants to see what's going on. Town center is perpetually under siege. DarkDiamonds has built a defensive tower here, actually, just because he couldn't really reach this tower and shot it down. So he can now take wood over here again. Chanchanvn is Castle Age, and that is a disaster for DarkDiamonds. DarkDiamonds needs to get up to Castle immediately himself. Unfortunately, all of his food has been spent in extra villagers. So he looks like he battered down a palisade wall, and he has a couple villagers on the base of this tower. He will eventually take it down. Oh no, he's going to leave it up. Well, the tower doesn't have murder holes, so he'll probably get away with battering it for a long time. Chanchanvn is not going to get murder holes for this tower. So DarkDiamonds, walking past here with a villager, sees the Siege Workshop, so Siege Workshop is going to be a big deal for DarkDiamonds. He needs to take this seriously. Siege weapons are very powerful, and there's not really anything stopping Chanchanvn from parking a mangonel here and lobbing rocks at this town center. He's even got a camel coming forward to help deal with this. So this camel is going to make it so that these villagers cannot batter the base of the tower. Camel will certainly chase these two villagers away. And like that, they must go. Chanchanvn is going to try to trap these villagers in, but not quite. He builds another tower to deny some more farm space. So DarkDiamonds does get away with these villagers. He's lost 6 so far. Chanchanvn has killed 6 villagers. And DarkDiamonds is still ahead in villagers because he is Cumin booming. But he needs to stop Cumin booming and go up to the Castle Age, sending the boys to batter down this tower, but there are too many quick walls and too many camels. So he has to accept that that tower will go up. So Chanchanvn managing to keep these Indian camels alive. Remember that these camels have some free pierce armor in the Castle Age, which is nice. Villager in on the tower, trying to take it down, but the camels whack him down with their scimitars. So we have a Scorpion out for Chanchanvn. The Scorpion will counter Spearmen quite nicely. DarkDiamonds has 3 Spearmen somewhere across the map, but it's very difficult to make a Spearman to be a Spearman and make a difference in a Castle Age society. And that is what's going on here. We've got camels, we've got Scorpions ripping through DarkDiamond's base. He's just having a really, really rough game. I think the Cumin Boom is fine, but he did not really zone off his opponent and prevent his opponent from doing damage. Now, granted, tower rushes are generally not very good, so he probably wasn't expecting to be tower rushed like this. He thought, alright, well, Chanchanvn's probably going to go scouts, and I'll have these town centers everywhere. I'll have a town center on my wood, I'll have a town center on my starting town center, and he's not going to be able to damage me. But Chanchanvn's showing up with towers, of all things. And even though towers are a big investment, and they're generally not very powerful, it worked in this case because what DarkDiamonds was good at was a static object, a town center, a powerful static object with less range than these towers. So Chanchanvn was basically able to still hurt DarkDiamonds, despite DarkDiamonds being Cumins and having a safe wood line here. DarkDiamonds is long distancing these deer. That will help him get up to the Castle Age if he ever gets up there. He's trying to take gold. The camels are everywhere. And this is looking really ugly for DarkDiamonds. Now we should also note that Chanchanvn has the stone to build a castle. And he's still mining it over here. So it'll be interesting to see what Chanchanvn decides to do with that stone. Surely Chanchanvn will build a castle somewhere. The question is where. This camel takes down some spearmen. Chanchanvn has built a little forward base here. He's got a couple of barracks. Well, he's got one, and he's got a barracks, he's got a stable, and he's got another stable coming up. Hey, Juicy45, I'm just casting the Irish tournament here. We are in the Platinum Division, and we are with Chanchanvn versus DarkDiamonds. I'm sure you know both. DarkDiamonds not going quietly, though. Maybe he assumes he has a villager lead, and this is some kind of crazy all-in play from Chanchanvn. Since I'm not going to... I have the score lead, or he had the score lead, until it just switched just as I was talking about the score. And maybe he says, with my superior eco, I'm in this. I just need to get to Castle Age. The Scorpions denying the deer hunting further, and we have more villagers on the way from Chanchanvn. Some villagers heading back. So, is this going to be the castle drop that we talked about? So, it looks like we have a castle foundation here. No. These villagers are not dropping the castle. I don't know what these villagers are doing. I guess they're mining gold. These are the castle drop villagers. He's gonna build it right between Chanchanvn's town centers. It's like splitting Eastern and Western Roman empires. What's Chanchanvn gonna do about this? Or what's DarkDiamonds gonna do? Chanchanvn's gonna enjoy it, but what's DarkDiamonds gonna do? He's gonna dive it with the villagers. Try to fight all of the enemy villagers here. But there are scorpions, there are camels in the way, and DarkDiamonds is going to have to let this go up. Ronald Rage says, I like Blue's build. Chanchanvn is a very good, he's an 1800 Vietnamese player. So he is definitely the favored here. He's the higher seed for sure. And like I said, I do think this came down to strategy, though. I think Chanchanvn picked the one type of feudal aggression that could punish a Kuman Boom, which was a tower rush. This castle goes up, villagers go down, and now DarkDiamonds doesn't even have the villager lead anymore. He's trying to go out to stone. He is so poor, he cannot even afford a mining camp. And Chanchanvn is going out to DarkDiamonds' second gold as well. I'm not really sure... Yeah, I agree, it's GG. I'm not really sure what DarkDiamonds is fighting on for. I mean, it is a tournament. Wants to be extra sure. Maybe they're both just having so much fun that they don't want to leave. But this is looking pretty over for certain. So, Chanchanvn not missing an opportunity to build double towers here on DarkDiamonds' gold. So DarkDiamonds needs to rush these towers immediately with his villagers. If resigning is not an option, DarkDiamonds needs to do that, and that's exactly what he's going to do. But there are too many camels here. And this tower is going to go up. He doesn't quite see it to do that rush in time, and more camels are on the way. DarkDiamonds has a couple spearmen mixed in here, but it's just not going to be enough. Both of these towers are garrisoned, shooting at each other's bases, and DarkDiamonds, half of his eco isn't working. He's got 48 villagers and dropping. Today, 10 villager disadvantage to the Indians, and that is brutal. Now DarkDiamonds cannot even take gold.
What?
And more villagers coming, building a tower here to fully deny this gold and all of DarkDiamonds' farms, essentially, except for maybe these two in the corner. These villagers are coming to batter it down. There are camels here. These camels will find this and scare these villagers away, certainly. Chanchanvn doing a good job spending all of his resources. DarkDiamonds has the res to get to the Castle Age now. Perhaps DarkDiamonds can get Castle and turn this around, but it doesn't look good. He needs another building. It's going to be a market. So Indian camels get... This is my favorite map in the King of Ireland, says Ronald Rage. I appreciate that. Did you see that epic Tipe game, Tipe versus Zagaluk on this map? Where Tipe did Tipe things? Okay, so DarkDiamonds heading out to his other gold here. What does DarkDiamonds know? Alright, he did know about that gold and says, well, no, shoot, I can't go there. My opponent is already mining that. And Chanchanvn, okay, it's getting the range upgrade and it's getting Horse Collar now. Gearing up for the late game. Although, I don't know how much later this is going to go. Juicy45 says it is a great map. Thanks, guys. Worked hard on it. Dark Diamonds is 2 minutes away from Castle Age. So Tipe did Tipe things. He played as the Portuguese, he made stone walls, he made bombard towers, and I'm not going to spoil it, but let's just say it was a really fun and hilarious game. University coming up for Chanchanvn. What's this all about? Is this a ballistics university? So Dark Diamonds expanding out to this gold. He needs gold desperately. He is still on the way to Castle Age. He's at 44 villagers. His opponent has 69. He is making ram. Alright, sure thing, Juicy. And we got a battering ram coming out for Dark Diamonds. And that's kind of the wrong person making rams. I think Chanchanvn should be the one making rams. Ramming Dark Diamonds. But Dark Diamonds interested in cleaning this up. 10 seconds away from Feudal Age. Chanchanvn diving his farms. Okay, so Chanchanvn is getting guard tower now. So that's going to be annoying. All these towers will be guard towers, so it'll be even harder to take down. Dark Diamonds is Castle Age. So what's the plan from Dark Diamonds?
Salam.
On gold down here. And he is going to take down this siege workshop. And tower goes down here from Chanchanvn. Perhaps built too close to this town center. And Dark Diamonds has 3 on food, 9 on gold, and 9 on wood. Most of his economy is, well, about half of his economy is idle. And he has built a couple of camels himself. I agree, guard towers are very powerful. Definitely well worth the upgrade, especially because watchtowers are pretty pathetic now. And another tower coming down for Chanchanvn as Dark Diamonds calls the GG. So Dark Diamonds not going quietly, but putting up one heck of a fight. Very entertaining to watch these two play, and for what it's worth, I did think it was pretty close for a little while. But Dark Diamonds just was not able to get Castle Age, and Chanchanvn really punished him this game. So a total of 53 eco kills for Chanchanvn and 7 deaths. So could you imagine if this were 41 plus 53? I mean, Dark Diamonds could be fully boomed by now. But Chanchanvn just leveraging this technology advantage to build towers and punish his opponent in the only way possible if his opponent was going to TC Kuman Boom on this map, which is with towers. So Chanchanvn even built a demolition raft. Why? Maybe it was a misclick, or maybe he built these because he wanted to take out... I guess there's a dead villager here, so I don't know what happened with that. But definitely a really fun and entertaining set, and I'm very grateful to both of the players for signing up for this tournament. And it's not easy. It is not easy. These are hard maps. These are Tech Chariot maps. So we have really, really big respect for these guys. Guard Tower is such a good plan here. So we have to say farewell to Dark Diamonds. It's been really entertaining, but we congratulate Chanchanvn for moving in to the semi-finals of the King of Ireland tournament, and we look forward to seeing what he comes up with in the next set. So I'm going to hop offline here, and I'm going to boot up and set up the next set. Each set gets its own video, so it's easier to find everything. I don't do it all in one stream, but I'll probably be back in about 5 to 10 minutes, you guys. So hopefully you will stick with me, stick around, and stay alert. And we're going to do another set here. I'm not sure where we're going to do it from. Maybe from silver. We'll see. But with that, thanks everybody, and hopefully I will see you again soon.